All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some Resident Evil 8 action. This time around from Dynasty, as well as his commentator, Fregelhausen. They are going to be doing a knife-only run, which is very interesting sounding, and I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Dynasty. I'm a console Resident Evil speedrunner. And in the classic RE fashion, we'll be doing it knife only. It's kind of a common theme with like challenges and speedruns in these games. My personal opinion, I think it's the most fun category on Village.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm ready whenever you want to start the countdown.
Yeah, sounds good. Just 3, 2, 1, go, and 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
Whoop, whoop.
So, for those who don't know, Resident Evil 8 is the sequel to Resident Evil 7, where after the event of the Baker's house,
Nothing. I'll put her down.
Mia and Ethan were rescued by Chris, and then they were put out into Romania. They had their kid together,
like
Rose.
I said to your mom, that book's too scary for you.
And
What a cute little baby.
what a cute little baby. If I only had the Chris head mod on.
There, honey.
Ah, yeah, that would be so cool. For those who don't know, there is a mod that allows you to swap Rose's head with Chris. That looks so cool. That looks so cool.
And so this is the guest house. We are already out. Put Rose to bed, have dinner with Mia, quote unquote. It's actually Mother Miranda, who was the main villain of this story.
Did you just call it guest house?
Yeah, I always call it guest house, like in the reference to 7.
You're still in the RE7 mindset.
So interesting, in the beginning of the RE8 speedruns, during this section, you're walking insanely slow. Someone figured out that at like the right tempo, when you accelerate, stop, and then accelerate, you can like save like upwards of like 30 seconds or something through this
Pretty
entire
much, yeah.
section. It's called a
Can you pull it off?
What?
Can you pull it off for a couple steps?
I've never done it before. I stopped running the game when it was discovered.
Ah, sad. So like a showcase on how it looks like.
I should have.
You can basically imagine this speed he has right now almost doubled. Like, it's insanely cool. Like, it looks like you would have activated cheat engine or something like this. But it's pretty hard to pull off.
And it really hurts your hands, from what I've heard.
After the first 2 attempts, it's okay. But the moment you're like restarting on the siege, like the 3rd or 5th time or something, yeah, then it starts gonna hurt. Because the siege is the first section of the game where, you know, like at least on the higher difficulties, where you're definitely gonna have a couple restarts every now and then, because there is a little bit that can go wrong there. And it's pretty much right after this part where when you do this hand consuming thing with this no work, if you right after that have to do it right again because of the reset, it's gonna hurt your hand pretty much. Pretty damn big.
I couldn't even imagine doing that snow walk into like a knife only run. My hands already kind of hurt at the end of like each run. Couldn't imagine also incorporating snow walk.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if you could actually play the game after that for a little bit and give your hand a little bit of a rest. That wouldn't be so bad. Like, if you would have to play half an hour into the game and then do the snow walk again, it wouldn't be so bad. Imagine the snow walk would just be at the end of the game. Like, no one would complain, you know?
True. If it was at the end.
Good. Because everybody would have then like a 3 times if right at the end, and there is no need for a reset anymore. So you can't do the jump scare skip on console, right?
I think it's only 30 at the end. So yeah, right there, After we open up the drawer, the ceiling kind of collapsed. In New Game Plus, yeah, you can easily do it because you have extra movement speed, and I think, was it you that, or I think it was Trey or you that found it, where you're on like 30 FPS, you can also get that skip, but consoles are stuck at 60.
It was a thing even right before Trey found it out that you can do this with the 30 FPS, but no one really bothered it because
I guess
the thing is, if you don't get it, you lose like a couple split seconds or so, like 0.2 or 0.3 or something like this. So if you can't get it like consistent, like most people were just like, you know what, fuck it, we don't do it anyways, right? But yeah, Trey made it pretty consistent after a couple attempts. Yeah.
So yeah, right there, we did a reset checkpoint. So some points in this game, the cat count will just set you like way further than what you need to be, or like we'll open up like an area that you need to be faster. So we'll be doing a couple of those throughout the run. And we're about to start playing the game.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, these checkpoint restarts are saving quite a lot of time over the course of the run. Most of them are not saving like a lot, like most of them saving like 0.1, 0.2 seconds. But the first one is quite the biggest one actually that he just did. It saves about like 5 seconds or so, maybe?
Yeah,
because the checkpoint
distance for like nothing.
Yeah, because the respawn point when you retry the checkpoint is way further in than when you get the checkpoint, the actual checkpoint. Right now he got the knife and also gets the handgun from the cutscene, which we not gonna use all too much, besides for a couple things, which we actually are allowed to use the handgun. But yeah, you see him skipping the cutscenes all right away, because this game is timed with via IGT in-game time, and the in-game time doesn't stop during cutscenes, which is actually pretty. What?
I didn't
you
get
miss
the
something?
for some reason.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a little delay. Like I don't see that right away.
So we have to kill this warlike to start the next section. He can drop an herb, which would be nice, but we have to now get that herb out of a box.
It actually isn't too much of a deal if you don't get it, because the thing is, there is a almost guaranteed green herb in that box before the shotgun house, but that green herb doesn't drop if the barn lichen drops a green herb.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't drop it, it's always in that box. It's just always nice to have it in the box.
Damn it.
Or when the lichen drops it. At least for me personally. So now, if you want to explain how like the whole DA works during this election, if I just get murdered during this section.
So yeah, Dynasty is taking damage here on purpose. The game has a DA system, which is short for difficulty adjustment, and basically the game collects points or subtracts points. After a certain threshold, your rank adjusts to your score. And the higher the score, the higher the rank. And the higher the rank, the harder the game gets. It's somewhat like a mini difficulty adjustment during the game without changing the difficulty. And what he does is, on easy, on casual difficulty, you have 2 ranks, 0 and 1. And for some instances, basically for every instance where it is possible to get 0 DA without losing time, we want to get 0 DA because we're dealing then more damage with the knife, which obviously saves us time. Therefore, he tries to take as much damage as he can get during the siege. The whole siege basically takes 4 minutes in total, but we have our ways to shrink that time a little bit. If everything goes optimally, it should be about 3 minutes 42 seconds, is it? Because he stands, he stands right here at this point, and that makes Urias, which is the big hammer Santa Claus lichen beard dude, that's spawning around here. He's waiting here because if he waits here, he spawns about 10 seconds earlier into the area, and having him, yes.
Oh yeah, he just spawned. I just got him in.
You thought he didn't spawn, right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was taking a little bit. I might have just gotten there a little bit early.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, letting him spawn there is 10. Standing here while he spawns lets him spawn 10 seconds faster, and that 10 seconds earlier spawn actually causes the siege also to end 10 seconds earlier. So it's pretty much the halftime of the siege. And then there is 2 ways to end the siege. Either you're getting grabbed from behind, or you're getting an arrow in your knee. The arrow in the knee animation comes like 6-7 seconds earlier than the then the grab.
Like 3 Lycans.
That is pretty unlucky. What he tries to do is, this can easily happen. Like the hitbox of his hammer is pretty insane.
I didn't know it was that big, honestly. Oops.
Yeah, sometimes it can be pretty annoying to get past him. What he tried to do is, like I said, take damage to decrease the points, but every time he deals damage, or even if Urias deals damage to the Lycans, and you can even kill them, your DA score increases again, which we don't like to. The most optimal outcome is that he gets his score completely down to 0 with only 1 heal needed. So he can use that heal, the leftover heal, for later in the castle for any further DA drops. That would be like the most optimal outcome. But on console, sadly, we don't have access to SRTs, so we don't see that those points. So we can't be 100% sure.
That's my fastest siege out, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I usually get like about 10-10.
Rose is here?
Told you, you're making us up 2 hours this time.
Maybe. So that was probably one of my better sieges. So now.
Oh hey. Predictions are up. Will Dynasty go over his estimate? Oh my god, it's a free win for me. It's a free win for me. I'm not gonna tell you what I voted for.
I know you're voting against me.
Yeah. Yeah, after the siege, the game gets a little bit slowed down. You just go here, and it's basically an auto-scroller until the next, basically until the next boss fight, technically. Because there is not really much to do. You run through the whole game, and you pretty much don't pick up anything. Except for any heal components that you can get on the way.
FYB.
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 My god.
Shout out to Ox, Fogbones.
Yeah. Oh man, the good old song. But we don't sing the uncut version here, right?
No, not here.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, you have to wait the whole time here until the lady reaches the end of the hallway, and it's taking a while. It's taking a while. And one of our fellow runners, he had a song written here, which is, it gets into your mind pretty easy.
I don't think I know a single village runner who wasn't singing it after it came out. It's too catchy.
Yeah, it was
perfect timing.
Try not to breathe in this.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a perfect catch. Like it stays in your head. It's so easy.
You gotta cut him up.
I just
wait. Yeah, it's so nice. But yeah, and all the survivors that we just met, they're just gone. So we don't have any survivors anymore. They're gone as fast as they came.
For a game called Village, there's not a lot of villagers. They all just go away.
True. All the villagers are gone.
Alright, we're about to make it into Lady D's castle.
It's a beautiful castle. Big, it's nice, it's dark.
Death has visited them all. I love that line.
Did you pick up the plate in the church?
Yeah, I pick up the plate first.
My order is always different. I always pick up the church crest on the way back.
I always like to go with the demon first because it's like the closest one, and it gives me like a perfect angle into the maiden as well. But I don't think that it really matters.
It shouldn't matter at all, technically. because you have to go both ways anyways in a circle. So from path-wise, it's actually not a difference. It might be like 0.01.
So in this
or something in a
that
difference.
we're unfortunately going to skip, we get to meet all of the daughters of all of the children of Mother Miranda.
Furthermore, I can
Here's Angie, but we gotta skip it. We gotta get going.
Ah, Jesus Christ!
Damn, can't participate in this family reunion.
Also, with the cutscene that we just got, where we get trapped by Heisenberg, we also get a full heal, so we don't have to use another one, which is really nice.
Don't restart here.
I know. Whoops.
Yeah, this can happen by mistake, because the thing is, you want to skip the cutscenes as early as possible, because like I said, the IGT, which we are using for timing the console runs, because we can't have light split working correctly on consoles, the timer doesn't stop during cutscenes, so you want to skip the cutscenes as fast as you can. And sometimes, in some instances, like, you just press pause out of reflex, you know? And then it's like, oh, wait.
Especially up until we actually get into Castle, my brain's just off, honestly. I just forget sometimes.
You just let your fingers move.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. Here I'm not controlling Ethan, so I had to skip this, right? Not all the time.
Yeah.
So we
man.
escaped Heisenberg's death trap, and we finally get into the castle.
Also, just for fun fact, the reason why many people, or most people, don't like playing the higher difficulties, in this case Village of Shadows, which is the highest difficulty, on console, is not because it's super bad, because it's actually pretty nice difficulty, in my opinion, also speedrun-wise. The main problem is, since we're using the in-game time for timing console runs, the in-game time has the nice gimmick. Every time you restart on a checkpoint, the in-game time resets back. So if you, let's say, have a checkpoint at 15 minutes, and then you die at 17 minutes, and you go back to the previous checkpoint, your in-game time resets back to 15, which would invalidate the run. And that's why we are,
Which diamond runs can actually really make some of the casual runs. Because, like, in casual, you kind of really have to try to die, honestly. But there's two parts in this game that you can kind of just easily die. Which is the baby skip part and the water puzzle during Moreau. If you're a little bit too slow, you can get tripped up and just fall in the water and die.
Yeah, that's extremely toxic.
Which is really annoying that the baby skip's like an hour into the run or something, like 55 minutes maybe, and then it's like, oh yeah, I left 0.2 seconds too late and the baby caught me. I gotta reset my entire run.
Yeah, the baby skip can be toxic on console. Yeah, it's pretty tight timing.
And plus that we don't get the 30 FPS luxury like PC does. We have to stay at 60, so it's a little bit tighter.
Yeah. The PC runs have the luxury of changing the frames per second occasionally during the run, wherever it's quite beneficial to use, because lowering the FPS for certain parts makes the hitbox detection a little bit janky in this game, causing you to squeeze by narrow places pretty easily on PC with the 30 FPS, but consoles don't have that luxury, sadly, so they have to stick to the same FPS basically for the whole game. Which, yeah, makes certain parts a little bit toxic. Best example is the baby skip. Well, more to that once we reach it.
Yeah.
This takes a little bit until we get there.
We're only about like 20 minutes in. We have to wait another 30 minutes.
Also, in-game time pauses whenever you're pausing, and it also pauses during the shop and the inventory, right?
Yep. Which is something that the LRT doesn't do, which is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah. Like on PC, you don't have that luxury.
Yeah. We get some benefits. So I can take extra time in the shop if I want. Here's a second checkpoint that skips the get up animation of Ethan. So we can just run down this hall a little bit quicker. That one's like a second of time save.
it also spawns you a little bit further ahead.
Yep, a little bit further ahead. And another reset checkpoint's coming up. This is the fire puzzle. So it's like a swinging pendulum with a fire. And you gotta just light up 2 little lamps. And then the reset checkpoint itself just skips the door opening, which is really nice. And this is the example of one of the areas just opening up a little bit quicker by resetting.
Although, until this day, I'm not 100% sure if it's actually faster. Because the problem is, you're spawning so far away from that door.
Spawn back,
But you don't have to wait for it to open. Like, I still, up until this day, like, I have many records in this game, and I still don't know if it's actually saving time or not. I just don't know.
So right there in the basement, we just picked up a pipe bomb, which will be used later on a different Lady D sister. But coming up is the first sister, which is Belle. This fight's really
Bella.
interesting.
We all love her. Yeah. We all love her. So you might have noticed that he used the handgun for the light puzzle and also for the box to open. Because we are allowed to use the handgun for certain parts, as long as we don't deal damage. Which is what he does right here. He uses the handgun to open the window and stun her, and giving himself the opportunity to actually attack her right from the get-go without having to block. If he does it quick enough with the flashes, if he hits her fast enough, then she gets staggered before she can get the first attack off. Not quite easy. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. But, yeah, you can't shoot whenever you don't deal damage. Like right now, the moment she stops moving, you can shoot her, and then that makes her crumble faster. You can also use the knife to crumble her faster, but then you have to obviously run away. Yeah, so that's definitely the best way to do it. And as long as you don't deal damage, you're completely allowed to do it on knife only, which I pretty like.
It's a really interesting mechanic that you allowed to shoot the sisters, and then the gate opens up a little bit quicker.
True. The gate should open up immediately.
Yeah. Like, kind of like how it does for Urias, or Ethan's Urias at least. And then, so you're supposed to get cut off. Is this Cassandra or Danny at the door?
Shall I give you the tour?
This is a good question. That is what it is. I don't know. There is the second daughter is spawning right here, and if he didn't stop at the bottom of the stairs and would run straight to that door, she would not spawn on the second floor, but she would instantly rush at the door and block his way. And she would grab him, and that would cost him a little bit of time. That's why he was stopping at the bottom of the stairs, because that made her chase him down the stairs. And that's why she's not waiting for him at the door. Which
I didn't know
saves
exactly how that worked. I just knew that it worked.
really?
Sometimes you just take things in speedrunning, like, yep, that's just how it works.
I knew exactly when I started to learn this game, and I didn't know why I would always get hit at a goddamn door. Like, I don't understand until I saw my first guide of this, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes somewhat sense.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's an easy puzzle, like it's always the same. Thanks for this game, puzzles are not RNG in this game.
Thankfully.
Like you have. Oh my god, it's so nice that you don't have RNG puzzles. Shoutouts to every RE3 original speedrunner out there. Oh my god.
Especially with the basement cup coming up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's fun to watch. I could never run that game though. But yeah, 2R and 903 OG have like RNG puzzles, and there's the fact that you can just either save 20 seconds or lose 10 seconds just on pure RNG.
Yeah, it's something I could also not withstand. Like, every single piece of RNG that I have to suffer through, I don't really like in speedrunning. Like, I'm a fan of knowing what's coming up and just having to react to it.
I'm the same.
You know? And,
I don't like RNG
and being
at all.
able to react to it. Like, this game, for example, has very, very few RNG. There are minor RNG parts that cost you like a couple seconds, and the biggest factor in here is basically Angie. Like the Angie RNG.
I just did another reload checkpoint to skip the gate opening.
Yeah, once he gets the checkpoint, the animation for opening up the gate, like, is already loaded, and that is why he can, after reloading the checkpoint, instantly run through and don't have to wait for the gate to open.
That's annoying.
Now he has to dance with Lady D here until the gate is open.
Hey, she broke through the wall. Nice.
Woohoo! Oh,
It's fine. It's not a boss.
on boss this is deadly. If that happens on boss, that's deadly. Like,
She's on
if you're
negative
lucky,
casual.
I mean, if you're lucky on boss, you can make it with 30 FPS on PC, but on console, it's definitely a death sentence if that happens.
And that's why I'll never run Voss, especially when you die and your IGT rolls back.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we have the
A super long cutscene?
magic water. The magic water.
Ooh, magic water.
Getting the hand back.
The Mountain Dew, because Ethan's a gamer.
Yeah. The G Fuel.
Yeah, I know some people call the fuel something different. I always liked Mountain Dew.
It's like an RE7 where Jack cuts off his leg and it's just like, hey, let's pour some of this wonder juice over it, and oh my god, we have a leg back. If modern medicine would just work the same.
If only, man.
Here we have the most beautiful puzzle. The
Not
piano.
if I mess it up.
Ooh.
I thought I hit it, but I guess it was a little bit too early. And that threw me off.
Ay. Yeah, if you get it in one go, it's like super smooth. But the moment you mess up one input, it messes with everything. And this game likes to eat inputs a lot.
Yeah, this game is probably the heaviest eater out of all the RE games. It's insane.
This game it's very hungry for inputs. So here we get the second boss fight, the second daughter fight, Daniela. This fight looks pretty much the same as the first one, but with the gimmick that he can pull this lever and open the ceiling, which makes the room cold, so she gets solid, because she can't withstand cold, obviously. That ceiling closes after a couple of seconds. Oh, you didn't
I
get
almost
cycle?
got the one cycle, but she hit me, so I didn't get it.
Ooh, that's sad. But once the ceiling is closed, you have to open it again. That's basically the whole mechanic about this fight. It's pretty easy. But if she runs away from you, it's like a little time loss. And what he does is it takes a little damage from the box at the door, the blocking the door. It's just for some DA manipulations.
Yes.
Use the mask. And now he shoots all the bells in this room.
Put pig aim. Oh, I'm out of bullets.
Oh, come on! Oh, man.
The Lemmy sucks, man. I don't like it.
Oh, you had to reload! Oh. Like, you hit the one behind the wall so close, that was so nice, and then you couldn't hit the one far in the back.
That was a
that's
hard
sad.
shot on the one behind the wall, but yeah, man, I just couldn't hit the one far away. Alright, so this is where we use the pipe bomb that we picked up earlier, because you have to explode this wall. There's 2 pipe bombs in this room, but we'll be using those for DA manip.
And just like the other fights,
Cold wind gets in. Okay, I guess I'll just get hit in all 3 daughter fights. It's not like I practiced each one for like 20-30 minutes and never got hit.
it's always during a run, right?
Always during a marathon. But yeah, Cassandra's pretty easy. She just gets stun locked.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about anything here as well. It's just standing there. If everything goes right, she's just locked here in the corner. All you do is just like stabbing and slashing and slashing. Just until she's dead. And
Do
he
we
picks
have
up the
time for
hat.
a quick donation?
Go ahead.
We have $10 from Tom, who says, "Good luck, Dynasty. Let's get it. Glad at least one of your runs wasn't scheduled super late, so he could watch."
Yeah, I have a run at midnight. So thank you, Tom, for the $10. Appreciate you. Alright, and then in this section, Lady D is walking down the hallway. What I did is I stopped for a quick second, and that makes her go down the hallway just enough so I can squeeze right on past her. And
casual thing. On higher difficulty, she's fast enough that you can just simply keep running and don't have to stop. Because she's fast enough that you can squeeze by.
And so now we're on the rooftops to get the final mast. So we picked up 4 masts that in like the lobby you have to kind of put in to get to Lady D's tower or whatever. But yeah, we're picking up the sniper rifle in a knife-only run. It's kind of strange, right? But yeah, we used the sniper rifle to clear out the mucus during the Moreau part. It one-shots it instead of like the 3 shots on the Lemmy.
It's kind of weird. We even do even more stuff with it, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I want to be honest with you, but I didn't make the rules. I didn't make the rules.
I wish, yeah, I wish I would have added more time to my estimate. I didn't do like a as full as a pure knife run, so I didn't have like the correct estimate. So yeah, I'm just gonna use guns where they're prohibited, or where they are allowed and not prohibited.
Which is basically every time you don't deal damage.
Alright, got ladder shit. I don't know why that one always, like, I can never get. It's weird.
That's a tight line.
Alright, so you throw
You
a
put in
bomb.
the mask instead of the drop? No. No, you didn't, right? You didn't put in the mask. The part where you put in the animal hat in.
Oh, I did! Wait, what? Oh.
Animal skull, there it is. Oh no.
Oh.
I didn't pay attention actually. I didn't think this is possible.
I must have pressed it once more. Oh, I guess I'll have to go back. Interesting.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't pay attention right now. At the one time I was looking away for a second. That one time I'm looking away.
I don't think I've done this since like actually being like decent at the game. Okay, now we put the mask in. Not the mask in. The animal skin.
Oh man. Yeah, like you don't pay attention to this. Like you usually just do the inputs and then just keep going. You don't think about any of these stuff. And if it happens once, then you're like, oh my god. Like how can this happen? Like it's yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Good thing I didn't mess up the order.
Usually you pick them up in an order so you can place them all from left to right. Yeah. That's sad. That's sad. How much of a time loss was that?
Probably like a minute, I would assume. Running all the way back there.
Damn. Still, world record is free, right?
Yeah.
Just make a one cycle Lady D fight. Because the next fight is gonna be a pretty interesting. I try to explain a little bit more why he tries to focus.
Yeah, this
about
is
the
the worst fight in the category.
Knife only, this is definitely that fight that can cost you the most time. So, she starts off right here, you just block her and then just pass her. And you run into the arena and she flies into the arena. He tries to let her pass, because you don't want to interrupt her pathing. She breaks through the next 2 tunnels, and you don't want to interrupt that because that will cost you extra time. While she does that, you try to deal damage to her as much as you can, but not too much because of the aid purposes. You want to do just enough damage so she flies away instantly after breaking the second tunnel. Once she does that, you have to wait for a little bit, and then you try to keep her on the platform for as long as possible without her flying away and dealing as much damage. It's not easy. It's very, very hard to pull off correctly. But yeah, we're gonna see how he does.
Oh, did I not do enough damage?
Oh yeah, if she's not flying away here, then you didn't deal enough damage. That's sad. That's the thing if you don't see the HP bar. That's the one thing, if you don't see the HP bar, you don't know when to stop. And you don't want to over push your DA there.
I must have missed some swings on early.
Could be, could be. I mean, the thing is you don't also quite see when you get multiple hits per slash. So that also can cause a little bit of trouble right here. But yeah, he tries to tank all the damage he can get from the flies, just to get the DA low. As long as the DA is at 0, which is when his score is below 1000, he deals more damage. We try to abuse that obviously a lot. So now he tries to attack her, he dodges this attack, the first attack. And then he goes straight in. The second attack he tries to block while he stands on the outside. And then... oh, he got the stagger off. Okay. Good, good, good. Now go in the inside. Trigger the attack. No. Dodge. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, you were on the outside. It makes it pretty hard.
I think I need a circle around.
Satch. Yeah, she pretty much will fly away now, unless you get a lucky stagger here. Oh, she don't. Oh my god. She doesn't like to get away. But no, she does. The most optimal way of doing this fight is that you can actually stagger her completely on this very spot and bring her to 0 before she flies away. That's the most optimal thing. Obviously, this is very, very hard to pull off. And most commonly, she flies away 2 times. This was the first time, and then she flies away a second time. That's the most common way usually, how the fights go. Because the second time when she comes back into the arena, she's not gonna stay for very long.
I thought she was supposed to win. She's pick up in the air.
She's supposed to land. Did you kill her?
No, I didn't kill her. There's no way. No,
okay. Or she's trolling, and then hello?
This fight is awful. The more I run this, the more I hate this fight, honestly.
This is not going on there, Rita. Dude, come on there. Oh man, yeah, that's why you can't lose so much time in this fight so easily. If she's just being a dumb shit, like, it's so bad.
I got a double stagger on her when she landed into where she falls over. Instead of doing an attack.
If you can kill her in this spot, that would be awesome. You might even attack again, which gives you extra time.
No, she's flying.
Block?
She might be dead. She didn't crawl. We'll see.
Now she flies away. Come on.
Not enough blood.
Nice.
No, she didn't say it. I'm sorry. I'll just
Ah, come on, man. Ah!
I'm sorry. I baited you. Did you bait it?
Yeah, you baited me. I thought you had it. That's the pain of watching the stream. You have a delay. It's so hard to commentate on time. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's why this fight is so bad. And getting it like into one cycle, it saves. It would even save pretty much like 2 or maybe even 3 minutes, depending on how PD went. I don't know. But yeah, this is huge. This is huge when you get it. She should be done for pretty soon. Stagger again. Yeah, this should be it.
This should be it, hopefully.
Don't jinx it.
Yep, we got it. Not enough blood. Now we're on the second phase.
Are you ahead of your PP right now?
I think PB was a 3708. There's no way with the mask misinput.
Right now you were at 36 something.
At the end of phase 2 it was a 37. I don't think the phase
okay. Yeah, no. The space might take a little bit over a minute. Here in the second phase, basically, you attack and dodge the attack. You're standing on the left side of the arena, which baits her to attack the left side, and then basically you just dodge on the right side. Or you try to block, both acceptable. Although I find dodging the attack properly is a little bit safer because you're not caught up in the block animation. While blocking still deals damage, as you see, and decreases your DA a little bit.
Take the healer, I don't want to die.
It's always good if whenever you craft, you take the time and just craft all the heals that you can craft for later purposes. So you don't have to open the menu. Well, I mean, for you it doesn't really matter because the time stops anyways during the menuing, so forget what I just said. You have different rules. The world turns different for you. It's basically what you do. Like, this fight, the second phase is pretty much anticlimactic a little bit. Because even casually, it's pretty easy to see through the attack pattern.
3809, so yeah, it's about a minute time loss in the match.
Cursed.
Damn. You would have got the time back pretty easily with a good Lady D fight. You would have even been far ahead of your PB with a good Lady D.
That's something I need to learn, practice more. I practiced her for like an hour before the start, but I guess it wasn't enough.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Like, the moment you have a PB, a pretty solid PB, with the rest of the game from here on end, and with Lady D being the only time save left in your run, that's gonna be super toxic.
Yeah, but at least like Lady D's pretty early on. I mean, 30 minutes isn't, super early, but it's better than Moreau.
It's quite a while. Yeah.
Or if you're trying to get like a perfect Heisenberg fight where you lose like 8 seconds if he's not in the right spot, that's like an hour and a half in the run.
I mean, there are certain setups you can put him in the perfect spot, but it's not that easy. It's very, very hard.
Like,
even on
PC,
PC,
it's a lot harder
it's pretty
with
hard.
Controller aim too, because I think you have to like almost have to not miss a single shot on the.
Yeah, pretty precise. Pretty precise. But yeah, now we're done with the castle section. We've beaten the first lord of the village, and yeah, now we're doing a little bit of backtracking in the village, collecting a couple extra stuffs, hearing a little bit more about the situation of the village from the Duke and stuff like this before we are heading into the most exciting part of the game.
There you are. I had a feeling.
We had a couple of donations coming in. Do you have time for me to read them out?
Yeah, you can read them out.
So sorry about that. They donated $10 saying Slurp Glorpin.
Lord Glorfin.
And Bryce did donate $20 saying, oh yeah, it's Dynasty time. Have a nice run.
So right there's a lock on this door in the barn. We can shoot it on top of the hill, which will allow us to get access to the house that we need to a little bit faster. And I think there's some like enemies in the way, so we can just avoid those altogether too.
Yeah, it saves the detour around that. I don't know how much time exactly it is. Like, I've never even seen anyone doing this outside a casual run.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of the easiest time saves you can get.
I think it was 2 bullets too, so it was actually a pretty nice shot. Usually I'm like 4 or 5.
I can imagine on console it's pretty hard to aim right there.
Plus, I think like with like recent updates too, like they kind of like changed some of the hitboxes of a few things. I think they raised that one like a tiny bit. Really weird. Like
yeah, he ignores this one icon and just breaks back here, put in the jack handle, and then he waits to crawl back down there. You can pretty much ignore almost any enemies here in this area.
I think that these guys are usually pretty slow. Okay. Sometimes that second guy grabs me, but he hasn't done it in a while, and I appreciate him for that.
Any roars in the chat?
Big roars in chat.
this lichen right here, when he gets to the key, when he picks up the key, there's a lichen in the house, and he can roar, or he also sometimes decides not to roar. On casual, it's not a difference because, yeah, he's so slow, he's not even catching up anyways. On boss, it's a pretty, it can make a difference. It can make a huge difference.
You got a whole like a head slurpers in chat, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And so this part of the game, if you load up the game early and like just kind of go to this cutscene, you can skip this like map pop up. I think it's like 8 seconds or something, just for like running the game a little bit early before your runs. It's kind of interesting.
I guess it was just 4 or 5 seconds.
Is it 4 or 5?
Like that.
A little bit more.
Nah, it's not so much. Sadly, imagine you could save a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just funny that people were like doing like 2 runs a day, and they noticed that like that map was going away a little bit quicker, and you just load up the map before a run, free time save.
I mean, the biggest issue is when you do that, or basically if you forget to load the game first.
Yeah.
And then, during the run, oh my god, I'm in such a good pace, and then you're like, oh my god, I forgot the map skip.
So
definitely never happened to me.
So yeah, we're now entering my personal favorite part of the game. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love this part, like casually. Is the House of Bienevento. I think that this is one of the scariest moments in all of RE. This giant fetus that's like chasing you around, which is supposed to be like a hallucination of Rose. Like as if like Mia killed her. And it's horrifying. Watching a lot of casual people playing it is like it takes them like 3 hours because they just need to like calm down and get through it. It's pretty interesting.
Although I'm not like super happy with the DLC that they brought out with Shadow of Rose.
What's going on?
I have to admit, the house section that they what they changed for Shadow of Rose, it's even more horrifying than the baby.
Oh yeah, the
like
doll
they did
section.
an awesome job there. They did an awesome job there, I have to admit.
It's just this house. Just don't go to
Yeah,
houses on the cliffside in Romania.
Oh hell yeah. Especially if they look dark and scary.
Oh yeah, I should also mention that these elevators right here are tentacle loading zones, and you can kind of see a little bit. I don't know if it's easy to see when you're watching, but when you're playing, it's pretty easy to notice that there's like a little like jitter when you like switch maps, and if you pause stuff at the right time, you can save like 1 or 2 seconds. But I'm gonna spare your guys' eyes and not spam pauses for 1 or 2 seconds.
Here is fast walking. You go for the fast walk?
Yeah, I do go for the fast walk. I got it.
So it's basically like when he enters the house, then Ethan gets slowed down. He has like inside of this building for whatever reason, he just walks slower. And there's a trick to get the outside speed in the house for a couple of steps, at least here until the elevator. And if you just, with the toe tip, leave the house, go on the outside, and go inside right away, right back in, then you can keep the outside speed for a little bit. This saves quite a bit of time, like it saves like 7 seconds or so.
Yeah, and this was, it's also a thing in RE7 too, where you're a lot slower inside than outside. It's really easy to notice right after Marge too. But yeah, we haven't found a way to preserve that outside speed in Old House for 7.
Oh, I tried many times.
Yeah. It would be so nice, but
yeah, that would save like, I don't know how many seconds that would save, like a shit ton of time.
if we could keep it all of Marge's house, that'd be like probably like
Wait, where's my gun?
at least 5 minutes, I would guess. Maybe a lot more.
So yeah, right here you basically have to face a couple puzzles to get through the room. Obviously, if you know all the solutions already, which as a speedrunner you obviously know these solutions right away, it's just a click and collect thing, and hope that the game doesn't eat the inputs. It's basically everything you do.
The dials are so slow. That's like the most
Yeah.
annoying part. Because
Like
they're
even
so
RE7,
slow.
the dials move faster.
Why is this here?
Yeah.
I really like this the puzzle setup though. But I think a lot of people don't like because there isn't RNG, so I think that's why people kind of find it a little bit boring.
Imagine the music box puzzle would be RNG. That
Yeah.
would be pain. Oh,
It's a different pattern on the scrolls. That'd be so funny.
I mean, this wouldn't be hard to program for Capcom. Just have just make every single pattern be like completely random. Like every single piece spawns when you boot up the game spawns in a different location. And that would be so cool, right? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would love losing all my runs to bad RNG.
Ay. And we get the film, then we're watching a little movie.
A movie inside of the game. People comfy.
Oh yeah.
I really like the film that it plays too. It gives me like a kind of like an Outlast sort of feel too.
Feels like The Ring.
Or yeah,
be
kind of like
honest.
The Ring too. Or what? Sinister, I think, is kind of like the movie too, where it has like the rolling film and stuff.
True. Dude, imagine. There is a mod that would change that film that's playing right now and make the Sinister
That
face.
scene? Yeah. Or
Yeah,
the
like-
face, yeah. That would be actually kind of dope.
It would be super awesome. I just got the idea from it, like talking about it. Like, look, the face looking right out of the well. Like, that would be so insane. Dude, that would give me the chill. That would give me the chill. Like, just put it, like, just disguise it as an ordinary mod. Like, oh my god, like, it's
I
like
got
you're
stuck on
having
the
the
wall.
mod. Yeah, like, exactly.
Oh,
You just see it.
That's so dumb.
Oh.
That's so annoying.
Ay,
So
ay, ay.
if you're
That
not looking like far right enough, you can get stuck underneath that crawl space for like a second or two. It's really weird. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing.
I mean, it can also happen when you uncrouch too early.
Is it uncrouched?
also happen.
I usually
Yeah,
just
it can-
spam run, so I uncrouch that way.
Yeah, like there's a way. I used to look at it. I don't know why, but I had a visual cue on when to stop crouching. I don't remember though. I would have to derust to remember
Speaking
again.
of, like uncrouching, the opening cut, like when you go underneath the fencing, the very opening, like where like Ethan like pokes his hand, you can't run to uncrouch. You have to manually uncrouch during that. Which I always found really weird. Maybe because he's walking too slow that you actually don't get that run.
It's completely weird. It's completely weird.
All right, now
Like in
is
RE7,
the scariest part in all of RE. The
A
feed.
baby. Oh, baby.
You want to try to explain Baby Skip as I move through this?
Okay, so as it came out, like as we started playing this game, there was like every single runner had after a week his own way to do it, but after a while it all settled down to one specific way. So the most optimal way to do it is once you get the fuse and if you're on the way back to the elevator, the baby gets in your way and is standing right in front of you. And then you just let the baby walk down the stairs, position yourself properly, and then run past the baby on the right side. But that timing on when to run, it's very, very tight. And it's even harder on console, because on PC, you can reduce your FPS to 30 to, as I explained before, to benefit from the different hitbox calculations from the game and make it easier to squeeze by there. On console, you don't have that. So, he has to rely on a very, very tight window to run through the baby. There are different setups to do it differently, but they are all a little bit slower. The way he tries to approach it is probably gonna be the most optimal way if it works on first try.
If
You gotta go for it. You're gonna go for it, right?
Yeah, I'm going for the faster version. I always found the faster version to be like the easiest for me too. I never understood.
But
like,
it's easy to mess up. So the baby comes in. So then he turns around. He positions himself over here, looking this way.
Got it.
And if the baby's left leg leaves the stairs, he instantly runs. Nice timing. Very, very nice. Like I said, the timing is pretty tough.
If you're like half a second too early, he'll just instantly swallow you, or she. If you're half a second too late, they'll be able to turn around just enough to catch you. If you hit the wall, they can catch you. It's really tight timing. It's terrible.
But on the plus side, it's very consistent. Once you have the timing down, it's very consistent. There is no RNG to this. That's the good side.
Let me in! Let me in! The baby's coming! Now this
I remember my very first time running this. I tried to do it like myself, and I remember exactly. I was standing in front of the elevator, and I still got eaten by the baby, and I don't know why. I still don't know why. Oh, isn't it cute? Look at it. It's the cutest thing on earth, right?
cute. And
Imagine
now,
this is Rose.
the RNG puzzle of the game.
Oh.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's really
now
a
we get
puzzle,
to-
but yeah.
It's Angie. Angie boss is a little like it's very anticlimactic. It's just a hide and seek thing, which the first position is always the same. It's up the stairs and going into that side room. It's always the same. The second spot is back in the is it a dining room or what it is? I'm not
It's
sure.
like a kitchen sort of thing. I'll just call it a kitchen.
Okay, well, then let's call it the kitchen for the sake of argument. Once you enter that room, it's either on the left side, like right when you enter the room, or going a little bit further in. And depending on what spot you get as the second spot, it makes the determination of where the third spot is easier or a little bit harder.
Yo,
So-
bad RNG. Let's go.
Okay, so that means if you look at the door frame and there is a blood stain on the door frame, then it is the bad RNG. For the last spot,
Looks like
which
it's-
is right in front of the elevator.
Yeah, we got
There
good
is
RNG.
no, no, that's the good spot. That's the good RNG. Nice. At least that. Getting the bad RNG on the elevator at this point loses you about like 5 to 6 seconds, depending on how good you get the lines there. So that's semi-good RNG, because the second spot was the slower one.
Yeah, you just don't want bad on the second one, but I always get bad on the second one.
By the way, the blood stain that tells you if the third spot is either elevator or not, that spot doesn't tell you anything if you get the good RNG on the second spot.
Yep.
Because then the blood stain is sometimes there, sometimes not. It doesn't tell you anything, but it has an audio cue. If you have your headphones on and you hear her voice as she's leaving on the left side, then you know she's on the elevator.
Alright, and
Okay.
so after we beat Angie, we pick up her doll to be able to sell it off for a trick on the final boss. It'll be a little surprise
little
when we
trick.
get to there.
A little trick
A little
for
trick.
a knife-only run. Yeah.
In a knife only run, we're gonna throw off a little trick. Viewer's discretion is advised.
Oh man, so dumb. It's so dumb, actually. Like, why is this even a thing? God. But yeah, more to that later. So now, after we got the Angie section done, we have the flask, the second flask from the second lord. What we do is we get back and head to the next area where we get the third flask.
Oh yeah, so after the castle section too, when we got our first flask, we brought it to the Duke, and he informed us that it's Rose's body in the flasks, and each lord has one, which is kind of morbid.
It's not morbid. It's still fine. It's still fine. Who doesn't have his baby in 5 or 4 pieces in separate jars? It's pretty normal.
So what was your opinion on the morose section when you first played the game?
Oof.
You didn't like
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, his voice lines were epic. Well, like you just have to like him. You really just have to like Guru.
Yeah, I like
on the voice line.
I just think his like area on his part just wasn't that scary.
I mean, that's one thing that the game tries to do is like it tries to put in anything, and like basically everything in the game. Like you have like a scary part, you have an action-filled part, you have like a chase part or something like this. Like like you have basically everything in the game, And you also have with the castle, you have basically like what you have with the mansion in the first part of the in the first game, first Resident Evil game. Like the game tries basically to be everything in one. It tries to be RE4 with the merchant. It goes through somewhat of an identity crisis, actually.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely drew a lot of inspiration from 7 being a sequel and 4. I think that they made like this entire game kind of like around 4 and then like try to make it more like modernized and like with like 7 and such. But
I mean, they had a pretty decent approach technically with the more action-based games when you're looking at Resident Evil 5 and 6. But I'm pretty sure they noticed that the fan base didn't like that, technically. But that's just the fan base, Because if you're looking at the selling numbers, 5 and 6 weren't not really failed.
yeah, I think
Like, completely
5
opposite was
was
the case.
like in like some of their top like selling games for Capcom. Which
Exactly,
really
exactly.
surprised me, honestly, with how much I hear how bad it is.
I mean, they were just fun to play. Like the fan base most of the time didn't really like them, because they're, in my opinion, like the fan base was more like of an horror-based fan base, But the game itself was just fun to play, and that attracted more people to the franchise.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they had the rough decision: do we try to keep the new people with more action base like in this game with the next installment of the game, or do we try to bring a little bit more horror back for the good old fan base? Like they had a really tough decision to make there. And looking at what they come up with Resident Evil Village is actually pretty. Nonetheless, it's a pretty nice approach, to be honest. Trying to satisfying as many people as possible, even though it goes through an identity crisis. It pretty much can please most of the people that like the game.
I think Village is a really good game to play. I really like it casually. I would recommend people to play it if they get the chance. I think like this is I think it's probably like one of the best like gameplays, except for maybe 4 are now, but like just like the gameplay and the feel of it, I really like.
Yeah, people didn't buy.
Really nice too, but except for the iframe or issue with iframes.
I'm pretty sure people didn't buy RE Village just because of Lady D.
Oh no
Pretty
way.
sure. They didn't do it.
What was that?
There's definitely not like hundreds of thousands cosplays before the game came out of Lady D.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm pretty sure Capcom they knew exactly what they do by introducing Lady D. They knew exactly what they do. And here we have a Chris cutscene. We don't get to see much of that. He tries to lower. There is in this area there are certain wooden bars, wooden planks that you have to shoot.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
To open your way, get further. And one of them he's just shot on the way here to save a little bit of time.
Oh yeah, so this is another part of the game where you can't use your knife, where you have to use the gun to progress to. So it's not like a true knife only; it's a low percent. But yeah, this part you can't do without a gun. Ladder
I mean,
speed?
technically,
Can
like
you?
the bells could. The bells you can also not do the bells.
Yeah, the bells too, and then there's some lights in the factory.
Are there? Oh yeah, the big fan lights. Yeah.
Yep.
No chance to do it. Like you're forced to use the handgun anyways. So I'm pretty fine with allowing the handgun for anything else, that as long as you don't deal damage in a knife only run. Basically, because like why not? Basically, like why not? Why not saving time a little bit off it? Yeah, he is the best, guys. Keep that in mind. Moreau is the best. Keep that in mind.
Stinks.
He is the best RE character. I mean,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to quote, he's the best. He just says, "I'm the best, therefore he is." So this is another reset to get the board to like load up a little bit faster. Really nice.
Hey Dynasty, what do you say? Moreau for Resident Evil Reverse.
That would be the best. You'd be too OP.
Yeah. That would be something. But yeah, this part is basically he tried.
What?
Did you make it? Did you make it?
I couldn't get off the blue.
What?
Okay.
What? What the heck?
I got stuck. I don't know what happened. Alright, I guess I just gotta retry it.
What? I've never seen this. I've never seen this.
I've had it happen once before. I should have made that perfectly fine, but I don't know what happened there.
I have 2,000 hours in this game. This is the first time I've seen this. Like, literally.
It worked perfectly
This
the
is
second time.
So yeah, you basically pull the levers and just make it over the platforms in time before they lower
Who's
again.
the best?
I'm
He's
the best.
the best. I have to say that every time I get to this part.
Oh man. Yeah, if you're being a little bit too slow here, it just eats you. Man, that's unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. Damn.
I'm pretty sure that's just an instant reset there too.
Yeah, I mean, technically, the run is invalid anyways. You had to restart there.
Yeah. Unlucky.
You did rework the IGD there.
No world record.
Sag! No, Sag. But yeah, it's basically just a pretty straightforward part.
Myself a big one.
Call yourself a big one, huh? And just using the sniper to break through the goo walls a little bit faster. Right before the boss fight, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, now we just gotta use these cranks, which will get us back to the dam, which will shrink the water and get us out. We got the bad ladder RNG, unfortunately, so we have to wait like half a second. It's not too bad, but. But yeah, so one really weird thing too is that you might have noticed I hit like a little stub of the ladder before putting the crank in, which you have to hit in order to put the crank into this wheel for some weird reason. I don't know why Catcon decided to do that, but they like their flags, so. Alright, so now we're coming up onto the Moreau part. We have one little puzzle. This puzzle can be done super fast. It's a little 3x3 grid. And it's 2-2 and then 1-1. 2-2, 1. Oh, one extra time. And I like this puzzle. So they have the solution right there, but you had to like rotate the picture in your mind to be able to get the picture right. It's really cool. I really like how they did that. Now we'll see. I think I'm going to be able to get the Moreau skip here. Yeah, I got Moreau skip. So if you're just a little bit too slow, Moreau will catch you on a rock, and then you have to wait a couple seconds. If you're just fast enough, then you'll be able to just squeeze right on past. So this is the Moreau fight. The giant fish boy with a human body as a tongue.
So, did I miss it? Is the fight already over?
Yeah, the fight's over. If you want to explain what I'm doing during the fight.
Okay, so Moreau basically has two types of hitboxes. Body hitbox and the weak point hitbox. The weak point obviously is the tiny little white body in his mouth. What he tries to do is to deal enough damage to expose the weak point and deal extra damage there. It's quite a difference. Moreau basically takes very, very few damage from the body hit, but from the body hits.
It's stuck in the corner like this, where I have to do the body
unless. What you see him doing is something that he's not doing for the most part, is he's poking. The moment he's standing right in front of him, like he gets into his head, he tries to poke instead of slashing. And the reason is the following. Every time you slash, basically, you have a chance that the slash that you're doing is hitting the target multiple times. Right? So when you do one slash, you can get 2 hits off a slash. But that only happens during certain like animations or hitbox that you can hit. When you're standing right in front of him, it's not quite possible to get, at least not very consistent, to get 2 hits off the same slash. And if you do the stabbing animations fast enough or good enough, like optimized enough, what you're doing is you're doing more damage from the stab. A stab deals 50% more damage than a slash, despite the fact being a little bit slower. But as long as you can't get multiple hits from slashes, stabs are always gonna be the way to go. Considering you're doing it quick enough. So in this case then, after a little bit of damage, which is an easy, it's 70%, like once 70% HP is reached, he's climbing up and he's spitting a little bit, just takes a little bit of cover, and then he just waits for him to calm down, because obviously we can't reach him with the knife, and then the fight continues like this. Yeah, imagine you throw the knife. But yeah, this is how the fight goes, for a lot of minutes. Oh, it's not that much.
I think it's like a 6.5 to 7 minute fight.
Yeah, depending on how good you get the hits. Like how many weak spot hits you can get. Because there is a chance, sometimes you see him going for a slash if the weak spot is exposed. That is because the weak spot has a little bit of a different animation, and it can actually happen pretty easily that the slash is hitting the weak spot multiple times, which is the reason why he sometimes goes for a slash over the poke. But for the most part, he's going for the pokes, because it's just the most consistent damage over time.
Get out of the corner, sir. Thank you.
This can happen pretty easily, and you don't want this to happen. It looks pretty free, but the problem is the moment he gets staggered back, yeah, you barely have access. It's mysterious that he's not attacking you in that position.
I'll take it.
What the heck? Yeah, why not? Free damage. Nah, now he's free. It's a pretty exciting fight, I have to say. Like, on Villager Shadows, on the any % run, you're doing like specific weapon swappings, specific timings, you're using like 3 different weapons, and then the final second, you just blow up like 40% of his HP with one big blow. Like, it looks pretty amazing. And then you're looking at knife only, and you just stand there, and all you do is just knife and knife and knife.
He's so tanky for nothing, too.
Yeah. Like, when you compare him to any other boss in this game, like, he takes like 3 times the length. despite the fact this is easy. This is crazy.
Like on, like in the any or not like the new game run, he takes like 2 pipe bombs, 3 mines, and a sniper shot to take down. Just like you don't need that
Basically
for
nothing.
like any other. Like that's like 2 bosses killed, but that's just Moreau. Oh, and you're also using a barrel explosion too.
A well-timed barrel explosion.
Yeah, I hated throwing that pipe bomb.
Yeah, it's a great disgusting timing.
Plus, this is an hour into the run too. You don't throw the bomb right. Big yikes.
I mean, on PC it's just a time loss. On console it's a run loss. Because then the run gets completely invalid.
I mean, you can judge the run a little bit, but yeah, it's like 30 seconds, I think. You don't throw the
If you're
pipe
lucky.
bomb right.
The problem is if you can't kill him fast enough, he gets up on the roof. And then you
yeah.
have to wait a long time, like...
That's like 2 minutes or something too. It's terrible. Should be almost done.
Yeah, he has to be there. Like, pretty soon. Or, I didn't look at the time.
Yeah, I don't remember when we started. Okay, yeah, I mean, if I didn't forget that mask, yeah, I would be still on pace. I think my PB was a 111.07 on that, and I got a 112.11, something like that.
But this gets to show how consistent this run technically is.
Yeah, it's just Lady
you're looking
D
at
is the
that
biggest
scene.
issue.
Yeah, Lady D is insane. Like, Lady D alone decides of like 2 minutes. Depending on how lucky you can get. Like, that's crazy.
But yeah, it's a fun run. It's a good arm workout if you need to build some muscle, you know? Oh yeah, did you ever explain how the knife, how we quick knife?
There is this strat or like a technique that is quick knifing, and it's basically going like this. Every time you block, you can block through the animation. You can basically reset Ethan. And if you do this block, very well timed during the slash, it resets his slash animation right after the slash, and therefore he has no recover animation between the slashes, and therefore it's like at least twice the speed if you compare the attack speed. Like slash block, slash block, slash block. It's pretty insane, and if you time it correctly, and especially when you position yourselves properly so you can get multiple hits from one slash, you can increase your DPS pretty insanely. It's actually not so bad.
Yeah, it's very easy to do. Like what I do, I kind of hold the end of my left bumper, which is the block, and that usually so like it has a slower response time than if I were to hit it like up the bumper. So it usually gives me just enough time to get the block and the swing through. So it's very easy on console or with controller. Sometimes I'll go through the like 3 or 4 times where I'm just blocking instead of swinging, and that's annoying.
Yeah, it's when you get out of the rhythm, it's pretty easy to mess it up a little bit, costing you a little bit of time. But you can do quite the same with stabbing, like when you're poking. Although when you poke, you don't block in between. You basically release the aim button that you have to hold for the poke, and re-click aim again after the poke. It's a specific timing. It's a little bit hard to explain, but then you can basically like also poke about 50% faster. Not quite that fast, but it definitely makes a difference, especially when you actually having to rely on pokes. It definitely makes a huge difference. So yeah, now he's on the way to the stronghold. Yeah, the outside part is basically like you try to avoid all the lichens here and basically go for the 2 levers to open up the gate.
I've had it a couple times, like right after this first lever, I'll drop down right into a lichen and he'll just like grab me and put me into danger. It's the most annoying.
It's just for DA manipulations.
Yeah, but I need to hit the lever though. If I get hit after I pull both levers, that's fine. Yeah, like this exactly.
Boom. That's also one of the things I never know when I'm watching a console run, since there's no SRT. I never know what DA level you are right now. Like this is bad, technically. This is very bad.
I mean,
because
it's usually consistent to what PC would be, you know? It wouldn't vary too much.
I mean, the thing is, some of the DA manipulations, like depending on how you're doing, especially during Moreau, there might not be even a reason to do DA manipulations at this point.
I just do it because it's just free as the thing is lowering.
This must be
that
true.
Second lichen grabbed me though. I thought they usually go through grab and hit, but he grabbed me and decided, I guess. What's up, buddy?
Ooh, the double drop down. You have 2 lichens there. That's pretty rare. What the hell? He's running away from you.
Yeah, he wanted to show me where to go. I appreciate him. I was a little bit lost, but he showed me the way. Some lichens aren't all bad guys. They can be good. I've been getting hit there so much. I don't get it.
Jeez. I just misunderstood. And now we are approaching the next big boss fight, which is Urias. The big hammer dude that we saw in the siege in the beginning, we are now about to fight him. There is a way to get somewhat consistent 3 hits after 1 slash. It's very precise. It's not that easy to pull it off, at least not for every slash. But if you can get it at least for a couple slashes during the fight, it definitely helps a lot, decreasing the time for the fight. And that is by hitting the hand that holds the hammer, his body, and his leg with 1 swing. That's what makes this super extreme. Yeah, I just have to wait for him to calm down. And then just slice a little bit off him. Tiny little bit.
There we go. Got some chunky hits in.
Yeah, basically you see his left hand. You try to keep that at the top right corner of your screen. Like, as long as his left hand that holds the hammer is at the bottom of the hammer, as long as that is on the top right corner of your screen, everything should be fine and you should be able to get a lot of chunky hits off.
This is actually probably the best start I've had to Urias. That was actually insane.
Now, as long as you can see the hand in the top right corner, everything's fine. The moment you don't see the hand anymore, you have to adjust a little bit, either with like standing a little bit different or adjusting the camera a little bit. That's the one thing. After a while, he spawns a lichen. Yeah, you can just try to deal with him, or you just rely on him jumping on it, which is super slow motion. If you hit him, you should die. I mean, you're gonna notice if you get damage from behind all of the problem. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes your eyes can just jump over that lichen annoyingly enough.
Can happen. It's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Because since this is casual, they're pretty passive. So you could potentially just kill him like with Urias, like. He just gets attacked while you attack Urias, so it's not the end of the world. Important about this fight is you can't avoid the attack So what you try to do is simply block every single time he attacks. It's the fastest way to deal with the fight. And you don't take that much damage. Holy shit, why is he so... He doesn't even move! What the heck? Dude, that's a lot of free damage.
Yeah, I don't know what... He just... Yeah. Oh, I was swinging, okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing you have to get the timing for your swings. Like, you have to decide pretty quick. Do you have enough time for an extra swing, or is it better to just block? And after a while, he might go for a grab on one of those pillars. Just use the time. Go for the legs. Try to hit as many body parts as possible with one swing. Try to position yourself the right way. And then you can get a lot of jumpy damage. You remember your PB time after the fight?
My PB time after this fight? Not off the top of my head. When I see the IGT, I think I will be able to guesstimate. What?
One thing you might...
Oh.
What? Oh,
He
that's
must be
unfortunate.
insanely low. He's gonna land and like instantly die.
We're gonna roll this. It's gonna be unfortunate time loss though. You might want to position yourself at the red door, so when he dies, he dies pretty
you're
close to the door.
right. Said that Rice is jumping down.
Yeah, it's a little delayed, so yeah.
I
He
guess
has to
he
be
wasn't
super
that
low
low.
right now. I mean, yeah, that gets to show how DA can impact the fight, the length of the fight. Like, if you start with a pretty low DA... Wait, is he spawning an extra pack of lichens?
Interesting.
You sure you boot up casual?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Don't forget the plate.
I'll try not to. It must have been like a 121 20-ish, I think it might be. Plate. Boat.
So yeah, it all comes down right now to the 1 minute unfortunate time loss in the castle. By placing the wrong wrong item.
And the second climb up in your eyes right there too.
True, if that wouldn't happen. But like that's easily like 20 seconds or so, yeah.
They really like to
Damn.
put you out of range from hitting the boss with the knife in this game.
Yeah, it's happened so many times that you're not capable of hitting an enemy. Like Lady D just flies away. Moreau just climbs up. Urias just climbs up. Like it's such a nuisance.
And so does Chris's Urias. You can
But yeah,
climb
even
up.
Chris Urias.
And then Lady D,
At least-
she can, or not Lady D, sorry, Mother Miranda, she can be on top of like that little ledge or just fly away. They really don't like you to hit the boss with a knife in this game, even though they have a challenge for it.
Yeah, they just want to piss you off, obviously.
Alright, so we now have all 4 parts of Rose,
It's my great
and we're going to be putting her in this chalice.
Just slam dunk them in the concrete.
It's like a Pokemon. We gotta summon her parts, and then we get Exodia.
Yeah. But all we get is just a big pile of concrete that we just carry over.
Let me know if
How much must that weigh? Dude.
Ethan, he has superpowers.
Like, he's not even holding it. Like, he holds the weapons with 2 hands. So that means, how is he
has
carrying
more than
this?
2 hands. He has 3 hands. If you look at when you switch weapons, you can see like he has like 3 hands. Sometimes.
Yeah, some weapon swaps. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you
Those
have
animations-
a higher FPS, if you switch weapons, you can see Ethan pull out 3 arms.
No losing a hand this time.
He has 2 spare. No losing a hand this time.
Yeah, then we just put in the big pile of concrete in here. We are reaching technically it's the second final area of the game, right? With the factory.
Yep. Technically third if you want to count Miranda's play, the factory, and then Chris's section.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really count Miranda because Miranda is just like one arena.
Yeah.
It's not really an area. Don't you want to keep the pipes for the lights in the factory?
Oh, I don't ever use the pipes. The second door I can never get the pipe over for some reason. And the third door I just kind of get nervous if I'm going to hit the soul dead or not.
Yeah, but that's true. That's true. The one door, it could be a little bit tricky. I mean,
sometimes it just feels like the pipe bomb just like that just dies in the air and just like will like land on the generator in front of the door. It's really weird, but I just shoot them.
The worst thing is when you throw the dynamite, it explodes in front of the door, and none of the lights is actually going off. So stupid, but it can happen. Like the explosion gets actually eaten up by the environment somehow. Like the pipe bomb gets stuck in the walls somehow, and like the whole explosion just disappears. Yeah, right now he's getting chased by Sturm, which is gonna be our next big boss. But yeah, it's pretty easy. We just keep running away from him. Like there's not a big threat here at all. Just running and running and running. And after a big aqua splash super slide.
You got the worst ledges in the game.
Oh yeah, it's the worst boss. This one ledge here, like, it's so bad. He got it pretty quick. It's good. Like, there were a lot of runners in the early days of the game that lost, like, 30 seconds to that ledge because Ethan just refused to climb up the ledge. Like, it's crazy.
One of the
Like,
best ledges.
people hate them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some classic rage clips of people just missing the ledge.
Yeah. I mean, the interaction on that ledge is so janky. Like, it's really bad, to be honest.
Yeah, they really don't like ledges. Like, 7 has some pretty bad ledges. I don't think is there any ledges in, like, 2, 3, or 4 remake? I don't think so.
I mean, there are a couple, but it's not like... I mean, on RE3 there are no, if I remember correctly. But in Resident Evil 2 in the sewers, there are a couple where you can climb up. But they're not as bad. Like, not even remotely. Like, not even remotely as bad as this one. Like, this one is, like, the worst trash you can ever imagine from a ledge. In all of video gaming.
Yep, so because we're on casual, we're just pretty much able to squeeze past all these little guys, no issues. Here I'm taking a intentional reset checkpoint to reset the position of those guys, so they're not in the doorway when I get to it. Otherwise,
just
it could be a
aggro
little bit
them.
hectic.
And for those who might wonder why he's resetting, even though we said resetting reverts the IGT, for these tactical resets to manipulate enemy AI or like for certain time saves, whatever. Even on consoles, we are allowed to do them as long as we do them right away.
Yeah,
like you could technically like do them a little bit delayed, but as long as you do them right away, you're not really manipulating your IGT at all because like from 115 to 115, like you know, like the timer is not really reverting at all at these very tiny points. So we just say, you know what, it's okay to use for the sake of consistency of a run or manipulating.
Here's another reset to change the position of the gears to make this room a little bit more easier to cycle on knife only.
It's also even better because if you hit the checkpoint mid-air, it also saves a little bit of time there. Nice cycle.
And perfect gear jump.
Very perfect. Holy, that's a GG. That's a good GG.
I was kind of scared that the second one was gonna hit me, but I guess it barely missed. Thankfully.
It looks so free, but the timing is actually pretty close.
Oh, I forgot. I always forget. Sometimes my brain just turns off and I put in the gear before I even have it.
Yeah, you're basically what you do in the whole factory section. You're finding some molds to produce your stuff in the furnace. Like your keys, plates, or what you can find. Next area casually would be a little bit of a chase section because there were all the drill guys in your way. But if you know what you're doing, you can just simply run past every single one of them. You don't even have to deal with any of the enemies here.
How are they on boss?
Even on boss, they're nothing at all.
Okay.
Like it's not even close. It's not even close. You just run. Like, they are a little bit faster, but they're a little no issue. Like, especially on any percent, when you run any percent, I'm not even talking about knife only, or even on any percent, you have the flash grenades for certain parts to make it super consistent to pass them. So they're really not an issue.
So yeah, right here, if I had a pipe bomb, I could throw it over like this generator and try to hit all the things, but for my sanity, I don't really go for it.
I had that happen a couple of times, that like 2 lights were not like blown off by the pipe, so I had to use the handgun anyways. So yeah, can happen. Bad luck is bad luck. But it's not like it's an RNG thing. It's just the game's physics are just so scuffed in some places. Like, this game feels horribly bad with explosions at all. Any kinds of explosions.
Especially with the Stern fight, with where you put on like 3 bombs and throw like 2 pipe bombs, it feels really awkward sometimes. Like especially when you're first learning it. I've never done the Mother Miranda fight with the grenade launcher. I think that Spicy found.
Got a long way to go.
I just stick with the sniper.
Sniper?
On casual. Nah, new game, not knife only.
You mean you just use 6 explosions, and that's it. Usually it's 3 mines and 3 pipes. There's nothing else you have to do, because every field, like, that 6 explosions deal exactly 100% of his HP.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait, are you talking about Stern?
You're talking about Stern, right?
What?
Oh, you're talking about Mother Miranda right now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mother Miranda. I've never done the grenade launcher strat for her.
The grenade launcher strat was actually coming from me, because it was actually brought over from the no merchant runs. That was a strat that was originally coming from the no merchant runs. But actually it turned out to be quite a time save for any percent as well.
That's interesting.
Because the previous strat was getting the sniper and upgrading the sniper completely. Or almost completely. And just using that. And that fight itself was very, very fast for a comparison. But the thing is, it just takes some time to upgrade, you know, to get to the immersion and using that, and that took a lot of time. And because of that, it was actually, like, in total, it was like 12 seconds or so faster, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes, I got early ladder too. I didn't get hit.
Nice, GG.
I like just recently. I don't think I've actually gotten that early ladder. I've always got hit by the dude. One time even like grabbed by him where he did like the whole animation for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know why. If you're getting grabbed by these drill guys, the animations of those grabs, that's insanely long. Like, it never stops. Like, you really feel like, dude, come on, man. Why do I have to get punished so much? Like, please, just let me pass. And the animation just never stops. So bad.
Yeah, Capcom loves their long animations. Like in 2R and 3R, when you die, it takes like 20 seconds or something to be able to pause it and retry or whatever.
I mean, they look kind of cool.
They do look cool, but it's just insanely annoying. It's like, yeah, I get it, I'm dead. Can I just move on,
yeah.
please?
Well, like for a speedrun in general, like, it's just so bad. For a casual playthrough, yeah, I get it. Like, it looks cool. Like, why not? But why does it have to be for a speedrun so bad?
Yeah, if you ever speedrun RE games, you'll come to realize that Capcom really does not like speedrunners.
Yeah.
Like,
speedrunners are bad.
So Village has an any percent run where there's like, I think it's like 2 or 3 out of bounds you can do, but they cannot be found casually. And like a year later, like right as the Rose DLC got released, they decided to patch the out of bounds for like seemingly nothing. Like only speedrunners kind of used it.
Like, I get if a company or Capcom, whatever, if they patch out of bounces or bugs or glitches or whatever, I get that. If they can occur during your casual playthrough, okay? Like, and they can actually have an impact on your gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Get that.
Or like if it's like a casual fan base, like it did with 4R and like the sniper clips and such too.
But the thing is, those glitches have to be actively and purposely performed. Like, they cannot happen on accident. Yeah. And that is why there is no reason to like patch them out. There is no reason to do so. At all. Like, if you would play the game casually and ending up being out of bounds all of a sudden for like no reason, then yeah, okay, I get that. Patch it out so people don't get frustrated or whatever. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense if you have to do it purposely and then they patch it. So now he got the mold for the key, the last key for the factory. Now we have to go all the way back to that melter and
honestly,
produce our
this
own
part
key.
casually was really scary too. Just like you get like closed in by 3 of these big drill guys. And then you got the 2 big armored dudes.
You can't pass the Panzer Solid on the console, right?
The second floor one, not the first floor one.
Damn. Because what Dynasty does is he goes with the elevator to D3 and not D4 and uses a different way to get in and out, because on the, like, it doesn't matter which way, like B3 or B4, at the end before the elevator there is a...
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. There is a big armored dude blocking your way, either way, like either B3 or B4, but on B3, which Dynasty is heading right now, there is a little bit more space to squeeze by. So it's a little bit easier to do. Yeah. If you have the benefit of low FPS, you can actually squeeze by on B4 and save a little bit of time, because it's a little bit of a less way to run. But yeah, it takes... Yeah. You see how
you just
tight it
crouch
is.
underneath them and you're free. I think that's just really funny. That's one of the best like oversights, is that you can just go under him. Do I have any heals? I have 2 heals. Good.
Yeah, that should be enough. Should be more than enough.
I'm in orange.
You can even grab one.
I'm gonna heal up.
If
I'm not
you
gonna
really...
need more than 1 heal, honestly. I'm not gonna grab this safety one.
Okay.
And I would much rather just buy it, because I don't lose time in shop.
You really are tough.
I've come to learn.
I'm tired of chit-chat. Time to stop.
So now we actually get to fight the big summer fan. But what he does is like he has one weak spot on the back. So all you try to do is bait an attack so he rushes into the wall, and then use quick stabbing. Try to stab as quick as possible and to get as many stabs as possible out as you can. And technically that is almost the whole fight. After a certain HP threshold, he starts to catch fire. And he plays a little bit of flamethrower. But yeah, you can easily dodge all of that attacks. He's not dealing that much damage, thank God.
So if you get hit on the vein on boss, are you just like instantly dead?
Not necessarily. Thank God as well.
Yeah.
But
Because
the thing is
stun
that
lock you in his fan.
that is a thing, exactly. The stun lock. If the stun lock happens, you're basically dead. Like it doesn't matter if you're full HP or not. If he rushes at you, the same thing. Like if he directly rushes at you and you don't dodge it, that is most likely a death because he hits you multiple times during that. You can block it though, and just take a big chunk of damage. But yeah, it's pretty much a death sentence, especially the knife only fight because you're pretty close to him all the time, and it's very easy to get caught up in the fan and then instantly die. So now he catches fire, so that means he is below 65% HP. So now he tries to flamethrower. But as he throws the flames, you can instantly just go behind him, go for a couple slashes, and the game keeps going. Like, it's really not too much of a fight. If you think about it, like you just dodge and go for the big bright red spot on the back. And if he goes for the flames, ooh, nice in the back.
A little bit slow, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you cannot really like have an impact on, especially on casual, how fast he moves. Like, he has two different rush animations, one being a little bit faster than the other. And if you're getting many of these slow rushes, then yeah, this obviously affects your time a lot.
And also, you want to have captions on during this fight so you can pick up when he's actually going to do his engine. That's usually what I use when I see the engine revving up.
I just see what he's doing. I just look at his animations basically.
Yeah, but I can't turn around that fast like a PC person.
That is unfortunately true.
I don't know why. They really restrict the turn sensitivity on controllers. Same thing with like 7. It's really hard to turn, even though like, there's like other games that you can like basically turn just as fast as a PC if I wanted to.
You're having an Xbox controller, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it possible to like do something with the software to make the turns a little bit faster?
I
Like, to
never
increase
looked
the
into
sensitivity?
it.
Like, it would definitely be helpful.
Kill 3 time saves if I learn how to hack my controller. I cannot believe that those pokes hit. Not gonna lie.
Just take it. Perfect.
And he's dead. That is about as optimal of a fight as you can get. Besides like the running, slow runs.
Yeah, if you get in bad luck with his rushes, you can lose a couple of seconds. That's why basically Sturm and Lady D are like the most time losses that you can endure.
Yeah, sometimes
depending on what RNG you get.
Yeah, sometimes Sturm can do like a quick rush if you're like too close to him, I think, and then he'll like be on like a far wall on the other side, but not between the two walls that we wanted him to be between. And then you have to run over to him, and then you got to reposition him. It's a lot of chaos.
Again?
Now we're reaching the third to last boss of the run, Heisenberg.
Oh, yeah, now the boss is coming one by one. Also, a fun fact, because I don't get to... I think many people just don't know that. You can kill Heisenberg on the tank without shooting by using the chainsaw that you have equipped on the left side. It is very, very hard to do. And even on casual, it's not that easy, because, yeah, it's pretty hard to dodge all the attacks. At least the first attack. If you dodge the first attack, you're pretty much set for the most part. But yeah, it can take a while when you fight with the chainsaw.
And even by the game stipulations for Knives Out, they allow you to shoot him. Realizing probably how garbage the saw is or whatever.
There's one checkpoint right here, right as he enters the arena. Loading the checkpoint makes so Heisenberg is instantly there. Because if you just go into the arena and don't reset the checkpoint over there, what happens is that he jumps from like the sky down into the arena, and you don't have to wait for a lot of animation for him to be actually able to get damage. And you just skip all of that by simply insta-spawning him in the arena or resetting the checkpoint, saving quite a lot of seconds.
Is he in the right spot?
Let's go! I don't think so. Really? He is?
Yeah. That's insane.
Oh my god! That is clutch. That is so... Oh my god.
That's the first time I've done that since returning to the game.
Don't be too far away from him, because it takes time to get dragged to him. You want to stand as close to him as possible. But damn, that is nice. The second phase, just go ahead, block the first attack, because you can't really avoid the first attack technically. And yeah, then just reduces HP to 0. It's not too much of a deal. But yeah, just to give you an example of why the first part of the fight was so optimal right now for Dynasty, is Heisenberg, once he's dead in the first phase, basically that, he always goes to the same exact spot before he transitions into the cutscene. But that spot is very, very tiny. Like just a pixel too far away or not, and he tries to reposition himself to that spot, and that alone takes like even if it's just a pixel away, you're losing about like 2 to 3 seconds just because him
and that's if you're like super close to the area. If he's further back or anything, that's like 6 to 8. If he has to move at all, like he rolls really slowly too.
Yeah, it really takes its time. So having him like at the exact frame perfect spot, that is nice. That is very, very nice. I mean, it's not the biggest time for knife only, obviously, because there's a lot of time to save overall in this category. But for like New Game Plus runs, it's almost mandatory to having at the exact same spot if you want to go for a world record. That's how hard it is, to be fair. Like, it's really, really hard. I actually did not expect you to have it in the exact same spot. I really didn't expect that.
I didn't either, but then he started to move a little bit in that last shot, which was just perfect.
So, that was Heisenberg.
See, that's my favorite part about Knife Only right there, is that you're facing a 30-foot like death machine with saws and like it's just all metal, and you kill him with a kitchen knife, like a kitchen knife. You're just dead. It's so funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, with the lightsaber, at least it looks better. And he goes off in a big boom. Yeah, now we get into the Chris section. Chris's biggest advantage is that he is buffed as hell. Like, he has like 5 times the HP of Ethan. He just takes like a quarter of the damage that Ethan takes. Like, yeah, he's a beast. He's just a beast in this area.
All that boulder punching he does.
Oh yeah, it's all the boulder punching. Perfect practice. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but he also has a better knife. Like, he has the karambit, which deals like, I don't know what, like 6 times the damage. I don't know, not quite 6 times the damage. I don't know. I just know the exact damage value for the knife for the karambit. It's like 300 damage, but I don't remember exactly the damage value for the base knife. I never remember that.
So,
But it's a pretty
enough,
significant one.
during this lichens section, if you look up, the lichens just go AFK and won't really hit you. It's really weird.
It's like you don't see them. If you don't see them, they're not there.
Out of sight,
One of the biggest gimmicks of the RE engine, to be fair.
Yeah, that happens in a lot of them. If you're just like looking down or looking up, it just manipulates them in the AI in a weird way. It's pretty interesting. I don't think in 7 we ever use it, but yeah, or I guess in March we actually do use it. But yeah, in like every other game you are looking up, looking down or something at some point.
I need some backup.
Yeah, he literally all he tries to do here at this part is just passing as many lichens as he can, and reach the main area as fast as possible. And yeah, resist the urge to use your weapons here. Just resist. Try it. And that is the most crucial part here. Like, getting through here, like, you're getting just sandwiched from all sides. Like, it's very, very toxic.
Any basement enjoyers? That's just basically what it just felt like. Holy cow.
Yeah, like, this part is super toxic, especially on boss. Where you just die so fast if you're not watching out. But even on casual, it's just a nuisance. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, we have to use the laser here for this part. We have to hit the building 3 times in total. And the laser has to recharge, so we just have to, you know, run around, survive for a little bit before we use the laser a second time and the 3rd time. And yeah, it can happen technically. This is something that many people, that happens to a couple people if they try to go for the Knives Out achievement, which is the in-game's knife-only achievement, basically. And what happens then is that the laser hits the building, but it can happen sometimes that it counts as damage towards lichens, and that can cause the achievement to fail. Yeah, causes it badly to fail. I think it's a slight of an oversight, Capcom, that this can actually happen.
Alright, onto your eyes.
Don't forget the camera wobble.
Ah, nice, yeah, thank you. I almost forgot.
Yeah. So, funny gimmick for the karambit. For casual runs, we are not allowed to use it, only for hardcore and boss. But Chris only has the karambit, so we can just utilize this trick. This trick is only working with the karambit. And it's the following. The karambit has the ability to stuck in the enemies and therefore hit multiple times during a slice. And activating the camera wobble for whatever weird reason, it just has something to do, I think, with the animation and the camera shaking and whatever. It increases the chances of hitting multiple times. It's pretty weird, but it's an actual thing, and it saves quite a lot of time when using the karambit.
Yeah, I tested it this morning. It was like 30 seconds on my end on like a mediocre fight. So yeah, it's at least 30 seconds, which is insane.
With a super optimal fight, you probably save even on casual like close to a minute. on boss fights, you save like 4 minutes from this. I mean, this fight is a pretty long fight because Chris Urias has lots and lots of HP. And you usually want to use the laser, like if you play the game like as it's supposed to. You want to use the laser section, the laser on him to do a big chunk of damage. So that's why the knife is really not dealing all that much. But yeah, he's beefy. He has a big chunk of HP. But yeah, thanks to the camera wobble trick, it's not taking too long. I forgot how long does the fight actually take on casual.
I don't remember. I don't have any like reference before the fight.
Also, the one difference in handling the karambit, opposed to the base knife, is with the karambit you hold block the whole time. Like you don't like press block in a specific rhythm, like block and release and block again, like block, slash, block, slash. You just hold block the whole time with the karambit and just spam the slice button. Which makes the usage a little bit easier, although the spamming with the slicing gets a little bit more to your hand probably.
Yeah, I can feel it in my forearm for sure.
Yeah, like especially for Chris Urias. Chris Urias is a big challenge. I mean, it's even a big challenge like when you do it with mouse and keyboard. But I would assume with the controller in hand is probably a big, much more pain in your hand. I see we got a raid from Oregon Mike. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Reddit.
Welcome, Raiders.
Do you remember your time after Chris Urias? By any chance?
It's like a 146 or 147, I think. I want to say.
Hostile fire.
Maybe I'm a little bit wrong. I know up to Hart, up to Moreau, kind of late game.
By the way, you could restart the checkpoint right after the death. You know, like the moment he crystallizes, you get a checkpoint. You could restart there and instantly pick up his treasure.
Figure that out.
Do I want his treasure?
Focus on the
I thought I had already
I mean,
enough
if it-
money.
I mean, in my Magnum routing, it's in there. In my Magnum routing.
Yeah, 156,
So,
53.
I mean, I don't know about your money routing.
Move until I give the order.
But you probably want to do it a little bit different. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've never
if you-
picked it up.
There wasn't
I
time.
guess so.
We didn't expect Miranda to act so
I
soon.
mean, it shouldn't be that necessary anyways. Most important thing is that you get one upgrade in the fire rate. That's the most important.
It's a wobble. It's annoying.
Yeah, you can deactivate it at any time again.
Miranda's lab.
Like, since you're not using the karambit anymore, like, it's not making a difference anymore.
Now, if anyone remembers the surprise I mentioned earlier for Mother Miranda, we were giving
Oh,
to-
yeah. Shall I explain or do you want to explain?
Explain it after I get it, like when I start the fight.
Okay, I'll try to do it when we get there. I mean, people were gonna see it anyways. Like the
Yeah.
moment you reach the merchant and they see what you're doing, they're gonna ask, "Wait, is this even knife only anymore?" Sadly, it is. Sadly, it is.
I'm just speedrunning
Yeah.
the game. Whatever the mods make the rules, I go abide by them.
Go.
Yeah, like we don't make the rules. We just go. We just play by them.
Oh, now here's something I haven't seen before.
So he uses his money. Like he sells all the treasures he have at that point.
Oh,
And
assemblage of light
with that,
and
he
machine.
invests.
I can
He's
feel
investing
essence.
in a good beefy weapon,
Yes, I have you. Find
which
some
is the
gold
Wolfsbane.
and bring them to me.
Then I buy some more heals.
And the fire rate upgrade, exactly. 2 damage, 1 fire rate. And the leftover money he can use on a couple heals. If he wants to.
See, now this is my new favorite knife right here, the Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
So
want
there
to
is one-
explain why we pick up the Wolfsbane, go ahead.
There is one specific moment during the fight, which is when she summons this big, giant Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb attack. We are allowed by the SRC speedrun rules to shoot that bubble, which technically invalidates the Knives Out in-game challenge. So it's technically not allowed in the in-game's knife only, but our mods did allow it. If I remember correctly, someone stated that you had to shoot it because you can't reach it with the knife, and therefore, like from the beginning of the category, mods allowed it and like just went by it. And since you can use that to deal a big chunk of damage to her, well, obviously we're gonna use that to our advantage.
Yeah, we even had a really interesting discussion on Sniper versus the Magnum too.
Yeah, it turns out that actually the data mine values are going, benefiting the Wolfsbane over the Sniper. The one condition, on the other hand, is if you want to use the Wolfsbane or any weapon, technically, to shoot the big bubble, you're not allowed to hit her, like at any level.
I don't want to hear the voice line, so I don't do too much.
Okay.
But I want to get that 60%.
Let's be
Is that it? Okay,
No,
yeah, you can go.
it's coming down.
Yep, we got 4 shots.
So then, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is basically 40% damage on her. Like this, that's crazy, technically. Not quite, it might be like 36, 47 or so. But yeah, it's crazy amount of damage that you can get off in this short period of time. And you can utilize this to simply, like, slice her down. You only have to get her, like, close to 0% HP. And if done correctly, and if you're getting a little bit lucky with multi-hits, you can even kill her right after the dark phase. Let's see if we get lucky here. Ah, Satch. Why are you spoiling this? We can't see this.
Whoops. I can just see into the future. I know I wasn't gonna probably do enough. There we go.
Yeah, but if you can't kill her right after the dark phase, it's right away. Like she's not having that much left usually. Like it's really not that much.
There we go.
So now we are at the final prompt here. We are forced to use weapons here because we cannot use the knife here at this part. We're forced to use any weapon that we have here technically at this point. And with a couple of precise shots, we're shortly reaching the moment where we have time.
Alright. Time ends in 3. Oh, hold on. 2, 1, time. Oops.
207 flat here. And what's the in-game time? What's the in-game
I
time?
think it's a 201.50. I skipped it too fast.
Oh, come on! Really? You did? Oh my god. This could have been PB almost, right?
Where did I save that? I think it's a 201.50.
No, now we have to, like...
Or 202.50, yeah.
We have to scroll back. Let me throw back. I want to see this. I'm really curious. I'm super curious what the time was.
If that's a 201.50, that is technically a world record, according to the boards.
I mean, the run wasn't valid anyways,
Yeah,
because of certain things that happened.
It
But you
just
can
goes
still
to
use it as a
show
PP
how much,
value.
I've actually learned over the past 2 weeks D-Rust in this category.
Yeah, it was an impressive run. It was a very impressive run.
Yeah, besides forgetting the mask.
Yeah, okay, it's 1 free minute of time save.
201.52. Yeah, that's technically a world record.
201.52. Damn.
207 flat too, and so we're underestimate.
Yep.
Oh, I'm really
That
happy
means-
with that.
Yeah, well done on the run, Dynasty. I mean, unofficial world record.
I just had to get a valid run just at 1 point so I can get the world record.
Yeah.
I mean, so if we didn't lose that minute in the castle, that's a 200.
Yeah,
True.
that's true, yeah.
I mean, you were a little bit unlucky as well with Lady D, so you could save the hour minutes. But like, sub 2 hours is definitely doable on console. Like,
definitely
without a
there.
question. So you might want to go for it, right?
Oh yeah, I will be grinding this world record after the marathon's all over.
Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, well done, and thank you for the submission and the run. And thank you as well, Fraggle, for awesome commentary as always.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
So if you guys have any shout-outs to do, anything to plug, now's your time for that.
I mean, just shout out to Fraggle for being the village guy and helping me out with the run.
Village guy. I mean, we have another commentator. When is the next run of you, actually? Like, you have the RE4 run coming up next to them, also commentating.
So my next
Absolutely.
run is about probably like 6 hours, 7 hours from now, and then another one tomorrow.
So it's 6 in the morning here.
Yeah, it's like midnight for me. It's
Oh, wait,
gonna
this is
be
RE7.
interesting.
Wait, this is RE7.
Yeah, RE7.
RE4 remake is there's what I'm commentating. It's yeah, it's okay. That's okay. Yeah. You can't wait to see that.
Yes, thank you so much for being part, and we'll transition out as soon as possible.